What's up, fans and members? Listen, I've been studying rare people my whole life. I've been studying these people that really dominate life. And I'll tell you something. They hate to lose at everything. They hate to lose at everything. There's something a little bit off with them. When they lose, they have this inferiority complex. I mean, they really hate themselves. When they lose money, when they lose a relationship, when they lose at a meaningless game, when they lose a board game. Listen, my family will not play board games with me. That's the truth, because I act like a child when I lose. And I'm not saying I'm proud of that. I'm just telling you that winners have a killer instinct. They take things so personally when they lose. They feel inferior when they lose. Now listen again. This isn't a spiritual teaching. I'm teaching success now. I'm teaching about apex predators out in a competitive world. There are a multitude of ways to actually achieve success. The killer instinct is one of them. And it may not be the healthiest, but it can be damn effective. So I don't know how this melds. I don't know how this works with spirituality, but I'm telling you, I've seen too many successful people adopt this apex predator killer instinct mindset. I cannot deny its reality. I cannot deny its efficacy. It absolutely 100% works. But it's using kind of the dark forces within you to become a savage businessman, a savage academic, a savage athlete. I have seen them do it. And I'm coming out with a program called Killer Instinct. So I just want to give a brief overview here of what makes someone a killer instinct. Just touch upon a few concepts. Number one, like I just said, they hate to lose. They cannot stand to lose at any. Michael Jordan one time was just playing a game of ping pong with his friends and he lost the game. So what did he do? He was so mad he went and bought a ping pong table in his house so he could practice. He's a basketball player, he's a professional basketball player, but he hated to lose at everything he ever did. Everything he ever did. One of my good friends works with a lot of high-powered hedge fund people, and he said, they'll buy something that's $4 million and then they'll haggle over the $40 or $50 shipping of documents fee to mail the documents. They don't want to pay it. It's this weird mindset where everybody's trying to take advantage of you, and you need to win at every little point of interaction. The way they counterbalance this, killers typically, is they set up a charity where they can use some of their boon, some of their winning, some of their loot to psychologically, I think it counterbalances the maniacal ferocity with which they go after everything else in life. It's not pretty. It's not actually, again, it's not the healthiest. When you have to win all the time, then you're probably doing a lot of damage to your body, your heart, your relationships. But killers, they don't care. They see the goal. It's like a T-Rex sees what it wants to eat, and it doesn't matter who's in the way. It'll step on its own children to get to that food. Okay? So it's a weird mindset, but it does work. They hallucinate. Killers hallucinate hallucinate enemies if they can't find any. They need that antagonism. They need doubters. They need haters, and they siphon off that energy. They start to think, this guy's out to get me. I'm going to prove them wrong. They have to have that I'm going to prove them wrong mindset. Pop psychology says you just do everything internally. You're internally motivated because you love it. Well, that's a way to do it. Even though it's a popular psychology, it's accurate. You can do things out of love. But I've noticed, like the apex predators in our world, they do things out of, I'll prove you wrong. Shut the hell up. You doubt me, I'm going to smother you. My success will make you feel insignificant. They may not always show it. They'll usually let their success do the talking for them. They're not going, when I say not show it, they're not going to go broadcast it to the world. But they'll let their achievements be broadcasted. Now, some killers will tell you about it. Muhammad Ali is going to tell you about it. Some killers are talkers. Maybe you're the silent type of killer. But killers are out in the world, and they're using their dark forces. They're using the Jungian shadow. They're using I like to say, the far side of the moon of their personality. You see the moon lit up, but there's stuff going on in the background that you don't know about. They're kind of like playing with fire, the hellish fire within them, and it can overtake them. I mean, if you're a killer and you start to lose and you have repetitive losing streaks, you're headed towards a very dark place. Tiger Woods was there. You're a killer instinct and you can't win anymore. What do? it starts to turn in on yourself. So you're playing with fire here, but I'm telling you, it's effective. It's effective to start to, what they do is they siphon off negative energy, and they change that negative energy into useful energy for them. They look for haters. They'll read the comment section. They need to read articles about them that are doubting them. They want to hear their friends go, that's a dumb idea. You live in a fantasy world. What are you thinking? That'll never work. They want that. That feeds on them. It's a junky sort of energy. But it's energy. It's energy. Christopher Hitchens, the famous journalist, said, he was a killer in debates. He said, I live on hate. I get angry about things, and that's when I write my best. I have to siphon off the anger and hatred to produce my best work, to produce my best arguments. And then he's on stage in a debate. Whatever you think about him, he's going for the jugular, and it's a paranoia. It's a fear. People with killer instinct feel hunted all the time. They feel like the guy down the street has the same business idea as him and is going to do it better. This guy's going to steal my wife if I don't make more money. This girl over here is better at speaking than I am, and she's going to steal my speaking engagements. They have a paranoia. They feel like if you're an athlete, you feel like the other guy's waking up 10 minutes earlier than you and getting more reps in. It's a paranoia. They feel hunted. But then at the same time, there are a massive contradictions that function together somehow. At the same time, they feel like the predator. They are the apex predator. They look at people and be like, you don't know what's coming for you. When I launch this business, everybody better stand back. When I hit the court, when I hit the field, I felt hunted during practice. I feel like the predator on the field. So that when they're working alone late into the night, when they're getting up early to work, they're feeling like they're hunted. In the practice sessions, they're paranoid. They think somebody's doing more reps, and it pushes them to go harder, and it pushes them to do more reps. But then when they step into the performance time, when it's time to close the business deal, when it's time to launch the product, they turn into the predator. We're coming for you. It's almost like they puff up, not with pride, but with certainty that they can dominate. Steve Jobs behind the scenes is certainly paranoid that another company's was certainly paranoid that another company was going to create a better phone. And he was pushing his team tyrannically with that paranoia that somebody's going to beat us and have a better product. But then when he steps on stage for his presentation, guess what? I'm the predator now. Look at our iPhone. Look at our iPad. Look at the iWatch. We're coming for you. We're coming for you. Now we're hunting you. The hunted becomes the hunter. And that's the type of killer instinct you have to have. Now, can you develop this? Some people say you're either born with it or you're not. I disagree. My program, the Killer Instinct program, is going to help you develop the killer instinct. It's not pretty. It's not the prettiest. It's not, I don't know how it meshes with your spiritual work and being a kind person. Some people compartmentalize it. At work, they're the killer. Kobe Bryant supposedly was this way, and Russell Westbrook. Phil Jackson said about Kobe Bryant. Phil Jackson was a coach of Kobe Bryant and Michael Jordan, if you don't know. He said Michael wanted to win at everything. Kobe was okay with just winning at basketball. So maybe that's healthier the way Kobe did it, where you just have to win in this environment, in this in one arena. Maybe it's work, maybe it's your dream, maybe it's your passion, and then outside of that, you're a nice guy. Another NBA player I know about, Russell Westbrook, supposedly he's vicious on the court. He's a vicious killer instinct on the court, and in practice, outside of it, he's a kind, loving, nice, gentle guy. Maybe you can do that. For me, the killer instinct, when I get into that mode, it's in every part of me. I can't compartmentalize. I try to, but it leaks out. So you need to find out what your style is. You need to understand, and we're going to go over this in the program, the downside to this. Do you want to be this type of person? It's something you need to really consider, because we're going to use, again, that negative energy within us, that darkness within us, to make us better at what we do. And it doesn't mean you're totally dark. You're extremely positive, you're happy, but there's this vein running through you that is vicious, that will take somebody out, that is looking at other human beings as mere competition. They're not people that are valued. You're looking at your team around you, and Tim Grover makes this point in his book, Relentless, which really goes into the shadow of Michael Jordan and other killers, that you look at people around you, can they help you or not? Are they useful to you or not? And if they're not useful, they're expendable. You get disposable. You can get rid of them. So it's not the most noble perhaps way to be, but we would be ignorant to reality if we denied the efficacy, again, of these apex predators, these people, these men and women with killer instincts. So that's what the program's going to be about. and I hope you'll check it out.